Somebody call a doctor because Bad Medicine's back. Over there is Diamond Dave Damone. This is The Answer. I'm Mason Quinn. Folks, today we are getting back to Invincible. This is, of course, Season 3, Episode 6. All I can say is, I'm sorry.
Yeah, look at that. Oh, it's so nice to be in the power seat. That's what it feels like.
You all wanted him gone. He's gone. He's out of here. He's never coming back.
The OGs are in the house. So I'm so excited. I'm definitely ready, willing, and able for this episode. Oh, man.
Yeah, I'm ready and willing and able, like he said, to find out what we're going to get in this. I am hoping we get a little bit of Alan and Nolan in this one, just a little bit, not a whole episode. That'd be great. Either way, let's go!
This is a mess.
Hey, Bob, we are way behind on schedule, so I'm gonna need you to get everything hooked up like yesterday. All this stuff needs to be done by tomorrow. Gotta have it done.
Boss, I'm not an electrician. I mean, shouldn't we wait for the pros?
This can't be that hard. Couple plugins, couple wires. It's not that big of a deal. We do not have time to wait for the electrician, so just get it done. I'm counting on you, all right?
I'm counting on you. Oh!
Jumping jackrabbits, Bob, what the hell happened?
Oh, I knew this was a bad idea.
Bob's instincts were right, but his supervisor didn't listen. Now Bob's injury could be worth millions.
Wait, did you say millions? Who are these professionals that can help me?
Morgan & Morgan. Morgan & Morgan is America's largest injury firm with more than 1,000 lawyers and 4,000 case staff ready to fight for you if you become their client. But Bob is worried because he doesn't have the cash to pay for expensive legal fees. Worry no more. When your boss puts you in a dangerous situation and you get hurt, don't settle for less than you deserve. Morgan & Morgan will fight to get you every penny. And the best part? It's completely free unless you win. But Bob feels conflicted. He doesn't want to sue his boss, even if the company hasn't paid him for the last 6 months. When you sue for an injury, you're not suing your boss. You're suing their insurance company. There's no reason to feel bad about getting the compensation you deserve. So if you've been a victim in a car accident, medical malpractice, workplace injury, or any other personal injury, you can hit the link in the description to get Morgan & Morgan to fight for you. Bob did, and he sure is thankful Morgan & Morgan had his back.
Are you kidding? 10's a big year. Becky would have come as well, but it's too soon for Jack to travel.
Aaron Paul, baby!
He didn't say bitch yet, so...
Uncle Scott, hold up your hands again. I want to do the thing.
Gretchen.
It's okay, Jess.
Oh.
Energy.
Wow.
Make a bigger one.
That's as big as I can make them.
Wow.
Is it kind of like Kevin Bacon and X-Men?
Wow, we got introduced to quite a handful of new folks this season.
What? I was going to say, what's going to happen? Oh, is this the fight between them?
Yeah, that
Between
could be what
Omni-Man
happened to
and
him on that day. It's the day Mason Quinn will never forgive Nolan for.
Jessica! No.
Are we getting a Snyder intro for Batman Superman?
Oh. Oh.
You know what I mean? Like there's Superman and here's Bruce, so to speak. So, guess his mission is to take out Invincible, huh?
Some kind of revenge. But with 2 episodes left?
Scott Duvall, I've been calling your office about the Invincible case. Look, I sent you the petition my wife and I did. We've gathered over 3,000 signatures. If you could just look...
Mr. Duvall, I'm very busy. I just simply don't have the...
Wait, please. Look, it feels like their deaths don't matter.
Of course they matter.
Then where's the investigation? Okay, the charges, the trial. It's not just Jessica, okay? Thousands of people died in Chicago. Why is that murderer still flying around free.
Invincible was defending the planet from an alien threat. I'm very sorry for your loss, but there's nothing I can do. Our laws don't apply in situations like this.
Oh.
He can't keep getting away with it! I hope they pull that line.
That makes you wonder, how would they put Invincible in any kind of jail? They'd have to use that sound thing on him.
How is he? Oh, okay.
They're trying to find ways to beat him?
They sure are. Mm-hmm. Just like Batman was about Superman.
Okay. Set 50% charge and holding. Complete discharge in 3, 2, 1.
It's like I could make it much bigger than that.
Could.
Of course there's gonna be inventory miscounts at the pace they're working us.
I guess we can thank VS3 for that.
It's bullshit.
And what's bullshit now, Scott?
That they accuse us of making mistakes or losing equipment while heroes like him leave thousands dead in their wake.
I mean, anyone else smashes their way into the Pentagon, they're either dead or locked away for life. He got to walk out, no harm, no foul.
Exactly.
Invincible is the only real weapon we've got right now if more Viltrumites show up. Till 2A grows up, at least.
2A.
If I can survive on an all-plant diet, so can you.
Oh, there's Oliver. The elephant noise.
Hey, careful! You gotta look out for other people.
I did. He didn't hit anyone.
He hates listening to me so much.
Who wants to listen to their older brother? If the place gets trashed, we can't have burgers after you're done.
Got it. Thanks, Eve.
Just destroyed somebody's car.
Wait, are you just using me as a... Hey! I'm not your training dummy!
Next time, I want to fight someone tougher.
When you're ready.
I'm ready now. I already fought real villains. Why do I have to fight lamos like the elephant?
Dad made me fight the elephant a bunch of times too. It's good practice.
That was before Dad did all of that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, before all that.
Will people here ever forgive him?
Probably not.
Doubtful.
I know he did a bad thing trying to take over the world, but he saved a lot of people before that, right? Doesn't that count?
Well...
Dad probably saved more lives than he took, but those lives don't just cancel out the others.
So he never gets to say he's sorry? He's a bad guy forever?
That's what Quinn thinks.
They don't know about Thraxa, or the Viltrum Empire, or anything that happened since Dad left. All they know is he tried to take over and killed a lot of people.
Why don't you tell them then? You can make them understand.
Oliver.
Not that easy.
I think because of my Thraxan side, I have like a really good memory. I can remember everything from when I was little.
2 weeks ago?
Yeah.
My mom loved Dad, like, a lot. I know that. And she was awesome, wasn't she?
Your mom was really smart and brave.
Then how bad can he be if my mom loved him and had me with him? Even after Dad did all that bad stuff, she must have known he was good inside.
Well...
One was the dad you and I knew when we were kids. The other was a Viltrumite. Had a mission to do even if that meant hurting a lot of people.
So which one is the real Dad?
No one knows.
Well, someday you'll find out.
Invincible! Where is your remorse? Have you no shame for what you've done? The lives you've taken? You will pay for your crimes against humanity. Powerplex.
That was much better this time.
And I'm ready.
This isn't.
He's
gonna
ready
go
because
well.
of a monologue?
Pre-game speech.
Right?
Hey, you just...
But put me on his level. Let me store enough power to hurt him. But there's no going back.
What is that, plutonium?
Jessica meant everything to me, too.
Dude, I like the different perspectives that we're getting.
Yeah. She looks a lot like his love interest from Breaking Bad, Jane.
Now that you mention that, yes.
Kristen Ritter.
Yep. Remind me to check who's voicing her. I wonder if it is Kristen.
That's all of them.
The hammer.
Was he trying to be like Thor?
Triple H. He's got the sledgehammer.
It's time to play the game.
Again. Harder.
I mean, he is on wheels.
I'd say a rolly chair might not be the best.
Oh, right
in
across the face with a sledgehammer?
Ooh, that could have been her.
So every time he takes the impact, nice.
Well, yeah, that's why they established that early on with his niece punching his hands and it would glow, and then he could make the little electricity.
He can't keep getting away with it.
So another TV show where Aaron Paul's gonna get the shit kicked out of him.
Yep.
like the first 3 seasons. Well, the entire Breaking Bad.
Dinner's delicious, Paul. Thanks for cooking.
Oh, it was nothing. Family spaghetti recipe. Easy to whip up. Your mom tells me you and Eve started a business.
Well,
We're on retainer at Payton Penitentiary, so if they have a breakout or an attack or something, they call us for help.
Harry Winslow, her real name, Payton. That's why it's Payton Penitentiary.
So your reputation does the work for you. You know, when I started in real estate, there was a bit of a turf war going on in this high-end neighborhood. But after I went door to door and introduced myself to the entire place, I was the only agent anyone would work with. Oh, God. I hated myself as soon as I said it. Like real estate and superheroing are even in the same universe.
Paul. We aren't saving the world doesn't mean our jobs aren't important.
That's right.
People need houses.
Yeah.
It's good for all three of them to realize that there's a world out there that's not just aliens and supervillains.
I want to be with you. I'm not sure how I fit in.
It's not you.
How can I relate to them?
Don't worry about
They
it.
saved the world. I can't measure up to that.
No one is asking you to be their dad, Paul. It's not about measuring up. It's about showing up.
You're incredible. You know that?
Come here.
Ooh. Hey, let go.
What have I said about flying in the house?
You're not my dad, Paul.
Squish.
And he forces or generates enough wind with push that he doesn't even have to touch him.
Oh, this is
Come on,
bad.
Powerplex. Should have called himself the Perfect Plex.
You can do this. Do it for Jess and Gretchen.
So you're gonna try to take the impact to release the energy. Oh. Oh, he is
holy
charged
shit.
up.
Mark.
Amber, how's it going?
Don't make it weird, Mark.
Hey, man.
Mark, this is Kyle.
Hey, man.
Kyle?
He's got the shirt.
Wait, you read Seance Stone?
Yeah. Do you?
Since I was 12.
It's an underrated book, in my opinion.
The boys are gonna nerd out.
It'll be like,
Let's talking more bowling. This shark's got the taste of.
I'm pretty sure that's Khary voicing him. Sounds like it.
So, Kyle.
So, Eve.
Yeah.
I'm way happier.
We're both smiling, so things
Yeah,
must
be
be
good.
okay.
Yes.
I don't know. Some crazy supervillain's freaking out downtown.
I don't want to hurt anyone. All I want is in.
oh,
What? I can take a night off.
Not really.
Not really.
You're not listening! This isn't about
Jeez.
me!
Oh.
This is about the thousands of people murdered! Why is above the law?
Love it.
Why does... Why is crime?
that guy's like looking at his watch.
Okay, buddy. We hear you. So, what
Give me
do
the
you
line.
want?
I can't keep getting away with it. What do I want? I want the truth. I want justice. I want.
I absolutely loved how they did this intro.
Yep.
I want things too.
Or the title scenes.
And sometimes I don't get them. You want things, but you don't have them. It's an emotion that connects all living beings throughout the universe.
What? Who are you?
It's an emotional moment. I get it.
Nobody knows. You better call somebody.
I'm Shapesmith, beloved member of the Guardians of the Globe, defeater of evil, and friend to small animals, but not cats, everywhere.
I don't want to fight you. I want Invincible.
Oh, that's why you said his name so many times earlier. Well, it's a little hurtful, but ta-da!
No, give me the real Invincible.
He's gonna use up all his charges before he even gets there.
Well, that's right. He'll get hit a couple times, regenerate, and
I only want Invincible. This is your last warning.
And this is your second punch.
Oh,
Oh boy.
maybe stop hitting him for a minute.
charging him up. Well, Shapesmith never was that smart.
Oh,
You're gonna end up hurting people.
More.
yourself.
Yeah, you're gonna hurt more
Yep.
people.
yeah, we need backup. The Powerplex guy just killed one of the Guardians of the Globe.
I warned him. I said I didn't want to fight. You saw what happened.
Say it's not so easy.
You're a monster, Powerplex.
Yep.
Shapesmith. My name is Shapesmith.
Just, I love that he hits her. Woo!
Why didn't Invincible show up? I was on the news. He would have seen me.
Facing you in front of all those cameras would have proved your point. Did you forget what's happening in a few days?
I was so focused on tonight's plan, the memorial slipped my mind. God, how could I forget? What kind of brother am I?
Oh boy.
No, yeah, I was gonna say.
How many speeches do you think they'll make in Invincible's honor tomorrow?
He'll be there.
Should I even be going today?
Why would you say that?
This is for the victims of what happened. Feels like I'm imposing.
You're not going as Invincible today. You're going as Mark Grayson. And whether you admit it or not, you were a victim too.
Debbie, we're gonna be late. I know you guys said not to worry, but we're supposed to be in Chicago in 30 minutes. If we're teleporting or something, I have to say, that might be a bit much for me.
Flying with a car.
Yep.
Nice.
Get in the car before your makeup comes off or you lose your tie.
I won't lose it.
He was yelling for Debbie a little aggressively when he's coming down the stairs, don't you think?
Oh jeez.
Well, subjective, I guess. We'll label that as. He passed out. Poor Paul. Not sure he's made for this kind of life.
Looking for my place on the Assembly Line. Skeleton boys had up a purple.
What's our guy making here?
Make your dreams out of paper mache. Cliche.
A little to your left. We're ready
Great. For what?
for you to transform.
You're always the one telling me and everyone else that I need to limit my transformations to life or death situations.
This is a life or death situation. Please, trust me, and stay within the sensors.
Yep. Made a fancy new belt for you.
Now change back.
All these weeks, you've been working on a belt?
It's an advanced genomic engine, actually. Miniaturized, hardened, and built around a fusion battery core. It has to be close to you to work, so it had to be either a hat, a sash, or belt. I thought a belt was the least strange. When you transform back to your human state, It rebuilds you with an incorrect temporal offset, resulting in you getting younger each time you use your powers.
So he corrected the offset.
This belt corrects that by making a digital copy of certain cells before you transform, then fools the curse into using that reference for your transformation back to human. Monster, please.
It's like taking a backup. That's pretty cool.
That felt strange.
No de-aging detected.
Boom. There we go.
Look at that.
Does that mean...
It worked. I thought maybe I'd need to fine-tune the... oh.
Thank you.
That's pretty cool. I was wondering if they were going to swing back to that. I'm glad they did.
So... Dinner the other night. I'm not crazy, right? There was a thing between us.
That's not why I'm here.
Oh. Well, then I'm confused.
Because I'm quitting, Rex.
Whoa, what?
And go back and work with Immortal and Cecil?
Dude, this is going to get pretty hairy right here.
Thank you all for coming. We never knew that our streets, our city, our lives, our world would change so fundamentally on this spot.
Does everyone here hate Dad?
Oliver, it's not...
Oh, boy.
Oh, boy.
Marcia here, Elizabeth Volpe, Michael Kuzmic, Jessica, and Gretchen Duvall. These are just some of the 2,341 people who were murdered here by Omni-Man and his son.
Wow.
Invincible, your father may have fled, but I know you're here. Come and face justice. Come and face Powerplex.
Oh, and now you're just ruining everything.
Yeah.
Let me handle this. Eve's right. That man is disturbed.
This isn't about you today, so let's calm down before anyone gets hurt.
If you protect Invincible, you're as guilty as he is.
Okay, you're coming with me.
Coming with me, creep.
She's a pretty experienced fighter there, Powerplex.
But that's just going to charge him up.
That's true. That's like the one good thing he has is that they don't know that he gets more powerful as he takes hits.
You need help, not a fight. And I figured out you get stronger when I hit you.
There we go.
Well, at least she knows.
Yep.
Ah, nice.
Make him
wear him out.
use. I'll use all his energy. Do the old rope-a-dope.
Oh, hey! You're that very angry man from the other night. Did you ever find Invincible?
I love how awkwardly close he was, too.
Very.
See, Eve got the job done. No worries.
Someone's going to take an interest in Powerplex. So.
Yeah, like Walter White.
Where are you taking me?
Somewhere you can't hurt anyone else, Sparky.
I didn't hurt anyone.
Yeah, because you got your ass beat first.
Is a challenger going to come and help him out?
Oh, boy.
Oh, no.
Start banging his head.
I was going to say talk shit to him, so they... Or that.
These guys are done.
Yep. Oh! Okay, well, looks like nobody got hurt so far. Well, no, maybe not.
Well, they're just knocked out, you know.
Oh, Jesus.
It's just a bruise answer. Just a bruise.
Just a broken back.
I can't imagine doing this without you.
That's why we have each other.
I never really thought about all these people. I mean, I thought about them, but seeing the names, everyone here for the event, all this, it's like so much more than I thought. Shouldn't we really understand the consequences of what we do? That guy today.
Mark, he was unwell.
But maybe that's because of what my dad and I did to someone he loved. So If he had hurt people here today, wouldn't that still be my fault?
That's an interesting way. Yeah.
I'll miss this view.
You're asking me to throw my whole life away. You get that, right?
I'm asking you to think about what you want your life to be. And maybe that it doesn't have to be just this until we both get killed. You got shot in the head. I spent months in the hospital after a lizard man tried to eat me. I've done my part. Now I want to take a risk on something different. On me. And maybe you.
I get it.
Can't do it forever.
Yeah.
Saw that with Batman.
Are you happy, Rex?
Am I happy? What does that even mean?
Are you happy almost dying over and over again so other people can live the lives we never get?
It's part of the rush.
Do you know what my last name is? My real last name?
No.
It's Sloan. The government changed it when they bought me from my parents. Then they erased everything else about me when they made me into this. Rex Splode isn't some secret.
Splode.
It's all I've got. All I've ever had. If I give that up, I won't have anything left.
God, the two perspectives here that they're balancing.
I'm still leaving.
Well, this relationship was short.
Doesn't mean they can't still see each other. I mean,
it's pretty obvious that it's done right
I
here.
think that's what she's saying.
I mean, we're kissing right now, so
That's
who
a
knows?
goodbye kiss.
That's a goodbye kiss answer. You've had plenty of those.
Better to have loved than lost.
Than to have never loved at all.
He's going to do something terrible, and his family's going to be caught in the crossfire.
I'm not going to fight them, but you and Jack should go.
No. This isn't over yet.
This ain't over.
Cecil would have my head if he knew about this.
I appreciate it, Donald.
This is everything we have on Powerplex. His real name is Scott Duvall. He lost his sister and niece in the Chicago incident. We raided his house an hour ago. Apparently, he's been tracking you for months.
Well, at least I know who is sending those orbs after me.
Nope.
I know you've already done a lot, but I'd like to meet Scott. I don't want him hurting anyone else because of me.
This is awkward, but he escaped as we were transporting him to Payton Penitentiary.
What?
But don't worry, we'll have him back in custody before he can...
Sure about that?
Oh, no.
Invincible! I tried to keep this between us. Between you, the killer, and me, the man who will finally bring you to justice. But I didn't think your cowardice would run so deep. So I took a page from your...
Oh.
I hope the life of an innocent woman is enough to motivate you to do the right thing. And if it's not...
Oh, his own kid.
I have a feeling they're in
on it, but yeah.
But still,
Oh.
it's not like it's going
Yeah.
to what you're saying.
They're totally done. Both of them aren't going to make it out of this episode.
Once the heat's died down, I'll find you, okay? Just stay safe.
And it's going to be him that ends up doing it by mistake.
Here I am. Just let them go. I know they were your sister and niece, Scott. I know this is where they lived. And I know they were killed in Chicago along with so many other people when my dad and I fought here. I can't imagine what you went through or the pain you're feeling. And for that, I'm so sorry. But hurting other people won't bring your sister and niece back.
Oh, boy.
You don't get to lecture me about hurting people.
Can we get your wife and baby out of there, please?
I know how your powers work. I'm not gonna fight you. Why do you get to live when so many others died? What makes you so special?
Well, superpowers.
Yeah, that helps. He's gonna take out his wife and kid. They're still there.
They're going to take that whole building down.
You're the one who kills innocent people.
You know what's going to happen? Like you said, they're going to die by him, but then Invincible is going to be like, well, if I didn't go there, it's my fault.
Yeah.
So he's going to blame himself even more.
Sorry. I'm getting these people out of here.
Yep. That.
I'll help you in a second. Are you okay? Did he hurt you? What the hell?
You're a monster!
We're paying you cost for the lives you've taken, for everything you've done.
It's like you know it's coming, you just don't know when.
Oh no. I thought we were going to go backwards.
Here
and
he
crush him.
goes. Turns around and now he sees it.
Yep. Holy
Torched him.
shit. Oh my god.
That's your revenge right there. This guy's not a thinker, man. Like, what'd you think was going to happen?
No. Scott, wait.
No, Mark.
Yep. Just to throw him into space or something.
He's not going to stop until Mark's dead.
This is all your fault.
God, just like in Breaking Bad, too. Just all this brutal shit that happened to Aaron Paul.
We can't remove the discs without killing him, so rehabilitation will be difficult. But trust me when I say we'll make sure something like this never happens again.
Scott, I remember them. I didn't know their names before, but I remember them. Things changed for me after Chicago. At first, all I could think of were the people I couldn't save. That made me bad at being able to save the ones I could. So I buried those feelings away. I think that was a mistake now. I hope that's a comfort to you.
Comfort.
Nope.
My wife and child are dead. Thousands more are dead, all because of you. That now you're sad about it gives me comfort?
No, that's not what I...
Sooner or later, I'll find my way free, and then I will find you.
Well, the child and the wife isn't exactly
Mark's fault.
Yeah, that's Scott
a little
being
bit on
an idiot.
you.
Been looking all over for you. I thought you might want to talk.
Oh, he's back. Come on, give us a visual.
There we go.
There he is.
Oh, look at that. Oh, it's the evil version?
Versions.
Plural.
Holy shit.
Whoa.
This will do.
Oh.
Wow.
Wow.
All those different versions of Mark.
Oh, man.
That looked like they were just pure evil, too.
Yeah. See, when the episode does
Holy
this,
shit.
When the episode gives you a ton of stuff to talk about, and then they hit you with that at the end, you're like, okay, well, what are we supposed to do here? Talk about the 3-4 big themes that were going on during this episode, or do we just talk about the big ending and the reveal?
Hey, it happens with Marvel movies, right? We talk about the end credit scene a lot of times.
That's true.
So
That's true. But for, because a couple of things that I found interesting in this one with Rex and Ray, and again, I'm going to go back just because this was obviously huge and I'm sure we'll get to it. But with Rex and Ray, it's like, how long can you do the fight? Like, it never does end when you're a superhero. It doesn't end until you're out of the picture. And, I kind of said during your action, we kind of saw that with Batman, the Christian Bale version of like, how long can you do it for before you have to pass the reins to somebody else? So it was a very good point on both ends. I think Rex maybe just thought Ray was exiting a little too early from the job. But, there's no law that says you have to be a superhero if you don't want to. Like, if you don't want to do it, you very well can't be forced into doing it. So
Immortal and Kate did that. For a while, they got away from it.
They got away
how
from
long?
It. Yep, and you know, sometimes maybe you just need a break. You know, maybe that's a part of it, because that seems to be what it is, right? Like,
it's
they
gotta
think
be.
they don't want to do it, so they take a break from it, they walk away, and then answer, you're the only one that can stop them. We need you back, you know, that type of thing. So I thought that was interesting, but yeah, they made a good point. You know, how long do you fight? How long does it go, essentially, until you're gone? And then kind of the other thing I liked was with Scott, he was so blinded by revenge. Like, we're sitting here the whole time, like, knowing immediately that something was going to go wrong with his wife and his kid, the way, you know, he was, you know, kind of messing with the experiments in the house, had the electricity going everywhere, and his wife and kid are, like, right there. And then, you know, to top all that off, his bright idea is to tie up his wife and kid right where he's going to fight Invincible. Knowing what Invincible and Omni-Man did to Chicago, he's putting his wife and kid right in the line of fire, right where the battle's going to happen. I don't know what this guy thought was going to happen, but again, it shows that you make stupid decisions when you're that blinded by revenge.
So, blinded by revenge. So we got to take one other perspective on it to add on to yours and just think why he's not thinking with clarity and why she's not thinking with clarity is because of that rage to get payback, revenge on Invincible. So, of course, at least I'm thinking that because of that rage, he's not thinking, hey, you two need to get the hell out of here so I can do this thing.
Handle this.
He's here now. I got my opportunity now.
That's
because
total
in
tunnel
the
vision.
whole episode prior to this, they did a really good job of showing, not going. Oh, not here on this fight. 3 missed opportunities for the most part. Well, 2 for the most part. And then finally he shows up here, which I thought was brilliant because, again, desperate person, desperate measures. You're not going to think clearly, and the opportunity is right here in your hands. Now, when I say this, I'm not saying I'm condoning the actions here of how this happened, but I'm just trying to give another
If you
perspective
do,
of
right
what's
to
happening.
Bad Medicine P.O. Box.
Yeah. Well, and just think about it too, like even just simple emotions of where you get fired up over something so little, it's just like, oh, I didn't even think of that because I was just so fired up about this little piece right here now. So
break a remote control.
when you play,
when you're playing Madden, you're like,
and then
shit, that control is $50.
Well,
I mean, good little example.
Yeah,
so
yeah. Well, and the other thing that they're doing with these episodes, and I really kind of noticed it, especially the one with Debbie, where she's saying, you know, not everything is right or wrong. Sometimes there's shades of gray. And now we had this with not letting revenge consume you. These are all lessons for Mark that he's learned. Like, to me, that's what this whole season has been about, is kind of, it's all about Mark learning from people he's either fighting or people that he knows, and it's for his growth. I guess with only, 2 episodes left, the thing that struck me with season 3 especially, it's like, okay, we had season 1 and season 2 to shock you, to hook you. Now we know we're getting a 4 and 5. So to me, 3 feels like just a ton of character development and not necessarily, I mean, it's Invincible, so it does have crazy stuff that happens like we saw in this episode. But to me, it's more building out the characters for those final 2 seasons. So I can see why some folks might think that this season isn't as good or it's boring or whatever. I mean, I don't think it's necessarily as good as 1 and 2, but I think that there's a purpose to it and there's a reason behind it because of what's coming. So I like how this season, it's mostly been about Mark coming of age and building who he is as a superhero.
And I want to give kudos to the episode here too. This, to me, and I don't know how you guys feel or how you feel at home there, but I feel like they hit like almost every single emotion you could, for the most part, hit in here. Because now seeing this back again, like the second time hits just as hard or harder, seeing how, I'm going to say elegantly, that they did this, where the slow turnaround, and you just see the ash coming into frame.
It's like you knew it.
It's like, oh, wow. Yep. Like, this hits just on another level on seeing it back the second time here. Because I was just, obviously, I was talking to you guys trying to get something out, and then we saw it kind of come in. It wasn't hitting right away to me. But now seeing it again, it's just, wow. And, to the wife, I don't want to say like she wasn't a good part for him to have.
Yeah.
I know she was hurting too. I know she was hurting, but she kept egging him on.
She was all
to
in.
continue this
as much
revenge
as he
tour.
was. Yeah, she was all in.
Well,
If she
he'll
just
be
has
there
as
tomorrow
much
at the
plan.
memorial. Hey, maybe it was her idea. Tie me up, and then we can videotape. Then we can send that in. Maybe that'll get his attention.
Well, and on that last try there too, he said, "You and Jack get out of here. They're coming." And she came up with this plan. For the most part, like he'll be there at the memorial tomorrow.
And she spits on Mark.
Well, I was waiting for. I didn't know how she was going to go with that.
At least let him untie, and then all of a sudden she spits.
But
on
we
him.
got to look at it. She didn't want anything to do with Mark. She doesn't even want Mark touching her, let alone
Right.
And when I say touch, I mean obviously grab her, take her to safety, whatever.
Yeah.
But she doesn't even want any of that. She's as blind with revenge as Scott was, which
was clear in here too, because she was hurt just as much. And then the whole Batman Superman intro, I thought that was very unique to add in here. Now I know they've thrown some other stuff into,
Well,
right?
yeah,
But this was pretty cool to launch us into this.
Well, because and I think it was really what was it, Hancock, that Will Smith was the superhero in? That it was
Hancock.
Hancock, yeah. That was like the first. Was the first like
You haven't
superhero
seen that
movie.
one yet, because Jason Bateman's good in that. Too.
Oh, so unspoiler, but like he does stuff and like causes like destruction, and they actually want to bring him to justice, and so like that really for me was like the first movie I saw that start to happen. Then we saw it like an Avengers.
Consequences.
Yep, like an Avengers. They're like, hey, you guys destroyed New York. Yeah, you saved New York, but you destroyed it. And then when we need them, where are they? Huh? They're not here helping us clean up. So like we would always see the hero save the day, but we would never see the aftermath. I love that a lot. Not more comic book movies, and maybe because I didn't know all the comics lore, that maybe they do touch on that more so in the comics. But like in all the movies we had growing up and in the back in the heyday, they never really touched on all the destruction they caused to save the day. Because like my big joke about with Zod and Superman is they have the big fight destroying half the city, probably killed thousands of people, but he's gonna laser that one family right there. All right, now I gotta stop him. All right, now's the time to snap his neck. No, I mean you destroyed the whole city.
Kate
Take it-
Mara.
yeah. Okay, all right.
Kate.
Oh, Kate
job.
is, she's a phenomenal actress as well. But yeah, so it's always fun seeing the backstory and how they all come to be and like why he had it. Like he had such a small scale superpower. I was like, how is he even going to be a threat? Well, I love that they then introduce us to those discs, and now they can't take him off him. So now he's permanently like this big bad guy now that has like almost super untouched amount of superpower ability that he's able to have. And
I'm real curious too, since we're still on Powerplex.
Well, he's become what he hates.
Well, exactly.
that's what happens to every villain.
Pretty much. Folks, for the comic, how did you? Are there similarities here? Did they portray him pretty well here, or did they take some liberties from the show? Because I would like to see your comments, without spoilers, of course, how comic book Powerplex is versus show Powerplex. So I'm going to look forward to some of your comments in that one.
Then really quick too, with Aaron Paul doing the voice, which was perfect.
Phenomenal.
Right away he has to give an Emmy-winning performance, like right in the first 5 minutes of him going through trials and tribulations with his sister and niece, and how he had to cry and show his emotions that way. And then he gets his ass kicked, and we're laughing because that was the entire Breaking Bad. It seemed like every episode.
Well, him and Stephen Yeun are used to taking a beating in film, so
that is true. So it was a great episode, and then jumping back onto Rex and Ray, and then also Rudy, working on the belt and getting that, so that way, she can grow older. And I know, he was worried. He's like, sorry if I overstepped my bounds, but she's like, no, that probably meant the world to her because
they had that scene
because she's how old or whatever, but she's still 13 or whatever.
Well, because they had that kind of confrontation.
Where she's like, I'm not broken, you don't need to fix me, sort of thing. So they had that, and it was interesting that, like you said, Rudy was able to do that and give it to her to help her, but he wasn't sure what the response would be given the last time they visited that topic.
But she seemed like, because Yeah, she's wanted to grow old for how long, and now she finally can get older. And then poor Shapesmith getting
no love for Shapesmith.
No love for him.
Trying to be your friendly neighborhood Shapesmith.
Hey, I love it what he's changed into Invincible.
Yep.
And then the title card sequence was amazing for us. It was
where
I thought that was great.
They kept hitting that.
Yeah, that was actually, I really enjoyed the creativity on the title card for Invincible there, because I thought it was just going to be the quick hitters and not a long one, but they did end up coming in with a long one and ending it right there. With Ray and Rex, I mean, that's again another whole emotional set right there, because he was busting his ass trying to create something for her to fix the issues that were going on with the de-aging, so to speak. It actually was going backwards. So this belt, you know, I'm hoping they're going long term, and I don't want. Is this in the comics too? The belt? If it is, cool. Just let me know that. But you don't need to elaborate anymore because there might be some spoilers.
Yeah,
with
in
it.
case there's spoilers.
But I thought it was pretty cool to see the actual inner workings of what this belt is going to do, and I'm glad they gave us a quick visual and quick testing immediately, because sometimes it's like, we're going to do this, but then we're going to come back a couple episodes later and show you results because they wanted to get out in the field with it or whatever. But they gave us everything right here, and this was another emotional roller coaster ride too, because it's like, oh, this worked actually, because sometimes we get there's some kinks in here, and they hit on that.
Yeah, he
too,
even said that.
like,
I thought I had
was
to
gonna
fine
do more.
tune it.
Yeah.
No, instead it's perfect.
Well, what I'm wondering is, with the belt, is she going to age a little bit more rapidly, the body kind of playing catch up, or is it just not? I mean, Rudy made it pretty clear what it's supposed to do, right? It's not
just
supposed
takes a
to
copy of
de-age.
now.
But yeah, you wonder, is there going to be some kind of hiccup with it later where she starts aging really quickly? I guess the good sign is that she can always take the belt off, right?
And then just be the monster for, I don't know, like, a day, a
couple of times, and get back
to her
whatever.
20s,
Yeah,
which would be great to be able to do, just transform and then come back and, hey, I'm 21 again.
Yeah, but boy, they are definitely giving us a lot more of the characters this season. I mean, you almost, I would forgive anybody watching this week to week if, you're of course doing things with your life and other things like that. If you kind of forgot, like, hey, what's going on with such and this character over here and that one, because they're really putting in the time to develop these individual stories so that the characters that we have here are more than just cannon fodder for a huge battle where we just kind of lose them, like we did in season 2, where we lost so many people and then they brought them back. So, I mean, like I said, I understand if people are a little bit like, hey, season 3 is not my favorite. Things are going a little slow. But again, with 4 and 5 coming, it definitely serves them.
Well, this one was, a lot about couples in this one. I mean, we saw even the introduction of Amber's new boyfriend, which, I for a minute there, I thought Mark was going to start dating him because they love their superhero dogs so much. It was great.
Nerding out a little bit.
So, it was nice. And then look at him, though, too, actually turning the TV off, saying, Invincible deserves a night off. So that way, hey, it's my best friend's birthday. I'm here for that. So,
And we're going back to Ray and Rex, too, I loved how they gave us 2 completely different perspectives.
Yeah.
We've got Ray, who's not wrong at all in anything she said there. Like, I actually want to live a little bit.
Yeah.
Why run to a fight, maybe die, and then hit repeat every single day or every single time that happens? And then Rex, we found out the whole, we got told the story about the whole government did this, government did that, and this is where I am. I'm not meant to be happy. It's unfortunate that he has that mentality, but can understand, though, because if you get attached to too much, knowing this kind of world that you're in, it's not a matter of if, it's when it gets taken away, and how much that kind of stuff chips away at your soul a little bit before it becomes, before you're Nolan.
Well, and for Ray, I mean, imagine having to do something
soulless
that you
not complete Nolan.
You either don't want to do at all, or something you grow to hate, and having to do that every single day, no breaks. It never ends. It's constant until you're not around anymore. So I can totally get what Ray's come through. She's like, I just can't do this anymore.
And then with Rex, he was bought by the government. Like, we finally learned his last name
everything and
was Sloan. And so, like, his only identity is Rex Splode.
Yep.
That's all he has. So, like, I get the point he's trying to make, like, what am I don't know how to live normally.
Yeah, what else would I do?
He doesn't. Like, he cooked in the last episode. That was the first time he's ever cooked a meal. He's always
It was a
ordered
factor, but he cooked.
he followed directions.
He did follow directions.
Everything looked
more like a Hello
being
Fresh.
animated. It looked pretty amazing, if you say so myself.
Well, and I'm part of it too for Rex, on top of many other things he mentioned in there. I know I kind of threw in on the reaction, like, well, adrenaline. I think he is kind of
maybe.
I think any superhero is wanting that, almost like I'm fighting with death every time I go out, even though I don't want to die. But I feel like that's always kind of there, and I feel like that would be with any kind of mindset. It's not like I'm not saying you're keeping it in the front of your head every time you're going out, but there's that adrenaline rush of something there. And as soon as the more time you get in, like Immortal, I mean, he was there. How many centuries?
The name.
Eventually, he won it out.
Yep.
But again, I still feel like that adrenaline is a huge part for these characters. I assume that a superhero would feel adrenaline, but
yeah, I mean, I think that would be that'd be very much the same. You could draw the parallel with like professional athletes where they don't know what to do with themselves because they've had this structure and this plan since they were 12 years old. They've been told what to do, where to go, how to perform, what to get done, and that's all they know and do. And then all of a sudden it's over one day. And it's just like everybody's gone. There's nobody there to tell you anything, and you're on your own and you have no idea what to do because you've been sort of shielded and in a bubble in a way since you're incredibly young, especially pro athletes, because they're identified at a very young age, if they're going to make it. So, yeah, I mean, I can totally see the parallels there with that.
God, what a good episode. This one was a good episode. A nice bounce back from the last one, like banger.
Hey, they've all been good. I've been loving this season as much as the first two. It's maybe not as good, but I'm still loving it. So hopefully you guys are enjoying it.
I know. I said in the intro I wanted some Alan and Nolan. Hey, you know what? This episode actually made me forget all about that, just because how invested I was with all the emotions that were running wild in this episode. So hopefully next one.
It's because
last 5
Aaron
minutes.
Paul.
Last 5 minutes of the last episode. That's when we'll see them.
Yeah, that would be great. So we cannot wait for the next episode. Hopefully you guys are enjoying it as much as we are. So hey.
Oh shit! Did we even cover Angstrom?
No.
We didn't even talk about Angstrom and all the evil marks.
Well, what we should have done is I should have did the go home. And then we could have did a post credit.
We could have done a post credit.
Well, this is the post credit.
Yeah.
Well, here we
so
go.
I'm intrigued by that. I kind of want to wait a little bit more to see what the next two episodes are going to bring before I have any real true thoughts on there. Because I mean, that was pretty impactful seeing what I assume is the evil,
all the multiverses.
Yeah, all the evil marks.
But I don't understand how they would all want to fight Mark though.
Yeah.
I don't get why they want to do it.
Unless
they're like, you're not fulfilling your true destiny.
Yeah, unless Angstrom does something. But I like the one of him that was like full-blown Viltrumite, and then a couple of other different ones.
He looks exactly almost like Nolan.
Yeah. Well, and then the one next to him too has a little bit of the white hair like Nolan.
Yeah, and I mean, granted,
they have
it
one
isn't like
Omni-Man colored suit.
Yeah. I mean, granted, it isn't like there's a ton for us to talk to. It's just more of a holy shit scene where you see all the different marks and Levy has them, and who knows what he's going to try to do to them.
Yeah, and I do feel like that's probably any folks that read the comic or know about the comics probably know a great bit of deal what's coming with this scene.
Well, if you needed somebody to take on the remaining 48 Viltrumites,
no kidding.
There's some guys
There's an army.
there.
You got yourself an Invincible army.
Yeah.
Gosh.
All right.
Again, banger of an episode.
Great episode. Now we can send her home. Hopefully you guys are enjoying as much as we are. So for Mason, Quinn, Diamond Dave, I'm of course the answer. Good night, pals, and we'll catch you on the next one.